Welcome. This is episode 99 of My First Job, the podcast. And who do we have? Swati Das works on a different canvas human faces. She brings out the best features in people, helps them get over their insecurities, and prepares them for important occasions. It's a career that demands skill, understanding, and patience. She's a celebrity makeup artist with over 15 years of experience. She has worked with numerous renowned personalities. Her journey into the world of beauty began after she pursued a successful career as an HR analyst and has a commerce degree. Today, she brings artistry and passion to every project, ensuring that every client looks and feels their best when they are on the red carpet or behind the camera. This is the podcast that covers engaging career journeys, and every single one is full of twists, turns, and insights. I'm Venu Gopal Nair, the host of the podcast and CEO of Ideascape Communications, an advertising agency into branding, creative, and design. So settle in, sit back, and enjoy the conversation. It's my pleasure to bring Swati to the show. Hi, Swati. Good to see you.
Hi, thank you for inviting me on my first ever podcast. Super excited to be here.
Wonderful, Swati. So,
Thank you.
were you
Thank you
always,
for the great introduction.
were you always into sort of looking at doing makeup as a child? Did you play around with your mother's lipstick? Did you do the things that little girls always do?
Honestly, no. My mom used to do that for me. So maybe,
Okay.
I got that from her for sure. Because
Okay.
I was like a tomboy during my school days and my college days. I never used to apply makeup, but I used to love doing makeup on others. So
Okay.
that's like my mom. She used to doll me up I used to be a singer when I was in
Okay.
school. So she used to
Okay.
doll me. She used to love doing all that. So I used to just watch and feel what's so exciting doing this? Why she's so happy doing all this on me. But then later
Okay.
on, when I got into this field, uh, and I felt the same what she felt at that time. So it was fun. It has been an amazing journey till date.
Okay. So, where did you study?
I studied in Mumbai only. I graduated in commerce and in Mumbai itself. And
Okay.
after, yeah,
But
I,
then, okay, let's go back to what 20 years or 25 years before the net came along, Swati. That I'm sure that, makeup and all of these things were part of the thing that people used to follow. But it was a smaller set of people, I think, who used to actually, because in India, as far as I know, makeup has not been part of a daily routine unless people are going to a corporate job or whatever. So, what
absolutely.
has your experience of working in offices been? Did people apply makeup regularly?
Yes, yes, they do because, it enhances your features, right? It doesn't make you a complete different person, but then you feel confident after doing makeup. So this is what I feel. So
Okay,
people used to do makeup, at least they used to apply basic kajal. So that is like
okay,
mandate. You must have also seen, lipstick and kajal is mandate in corporate world. So
okay,
I used to see that, so
okay,
after completing my graduation, I got into corporate. So I was
okay,
into customer facing role. After
okay,
that, I wasn't happy. I somewhere I was lacking that. You feel so happy going to work every morning and then come back. You look forward to the next day, but then
yeah.
I never felt like that when I used to go to work.
At least you're being honest.
Honest, seriously. My last role was an HR analyst in Oracle. I used to work with them, but never felt like that. Let's go for work the next day. How exciting! What am I going to do? So I always felt very sad. Honestly, it used to kill me.
Okay,
waking up in the
Okay.
morning and go to work. But
Okay.
now in makeup industry, I am like, super excited. Like I look forward to the next day, that what am I going to
Right.
do with the client, and like, creativity, and
Right.
how she's going to react to this. So all that makes me very happy.
So during college or whenever you were studying, were you part of the group that used to help prepare for the college day and do the makeup?
Yes, 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 yes. I was
Okay.
a very creative person. So in school,
Okay.
also, like whenever we used to have this singing or drama competition, so I used to be in the backstage for sure, like
Okay.
doing the mukut for them, or like, the shawl for them, everything. So we used to be in that creative team. So
Okay.
probably I never realized that I am a creative person, but then this all was there, like, that was there in me.
Okay. And and this happened as a matter of course. You would actually volunteer to do this, or you just got drawn into it because your friends were interested in various things.
No, no, no. I was interested, but teachers used to force us. Like, we all are there. So in drawing, what do you say, drawing class. So whenever we used to
Right.
have drawing and craft classes, we had an additional
Right.
subject, drawing and craft classes. So they used to see my
Okay.
work and they used to love it. So by default, they used to put our names. Like, we were like set of two, three girls. So they used to, by
Okay.
default, they used to take us. Like, you are going
Okay.
to do this for sure. No matter what, you
Okay.
have exams, we don't care. You have to be in the creative team.
Okay. But what would you experiment with? At that point, I'm not sure. Did you have a large kit or did you understand what exactly required to be done? Or
And
you learned it more by yourself
yes,
experience, or
yes.
how was it?
No, no, no. Learned by myself. As in,
Ah,
see, at that time we just had sketch pen and crayons, right? So we used to play with that and watercolors. So we used to just we were happy doing that. And
okay.
nowadays people have like, vast what you say, tools and kits,
Right.
drawing, painting, crafts. They have mirror, they have this, they have that, and they know everything about makeup too. Like my niece, she's 10 years old, but when she was 5 years old, she knew that I'm a makeup artist, and she used to be like, I need a makeup kit. I know what is blush, I know what is eyeshadow. And I was like, God, like things have changed drastically. When we were kids,
Dramatically.
we never
Yeah.
knew that what is blush and what is eyeshadow, what is kajal, where do we apply that? God knows.
Yeah.
So things have
For people
changed.
of my age, Swati, I think one turning point was when Madhu Sapre won the Miss World. It was before Aishwarya Rai, and at that point, I think it was kind of how did an Indian girl who was not known suddenly go onto stage, and people believed that hey, this is possible. So I think there was a change in how people saw beauty and how it could actually become part of their lives and how they could enhance their best features. So give me a
Absolutely.
few tricks of the trade, Swati. How do you assess what you're going to do with a person when you first meet them?
See, of course, we do analyze, we do make them feel comfortable first. That is most important. And then I happen to ask them, like, what kind of makeup they want, and what is the occasion all about, and what are their skin type. Are they expecting like a normal makeup, or they want a dramatic makeup, or they want like, just basic, just liner and lipstick kind of a thing. And once we get to know that, we advise them. I normally try to put in my efforts. I tell them that, see, you have this kind of feature, you have this kind of face, so this will look better for you. This look, like, this particular look will go with your face structure. So, and then, like, it's up to the client whether they want to go with that or no. But then we try to make them understand, make them like, feel comfortable, make them understand this is what is your face structure, and you will look good with this if you go with this.
Okay. Okay. So, how did your journey begin after you decided to move out of Oracle? What did you do next?
So, when I moved out of Oracle, I was purposely I just took a break because I didn't know what to do. I wanted to do something of my own because my entire family is into business. So I
Okay.
had that thing in my blood that I want to do something of my own for sure. So
Okay.
I sat with my husband and I told him that, this is not what I love doing. Like, I it's killing me, like, going to work every day and at the end of the month I'm just getting peanuts. So I am not enjoying, to be very honest. And then later on, he we were just talking and we came up with this. We attended a family function. It was my cousin's wedding, wherein a makeup artist did her makeup, and she was so happy at the end of the day, and the expression, the happiness what was there on her face, I just loved it. And I told my husband that this is what I want to do, and then I forgot about it, and he made me realize and he made me remember that, I think you should go with makeup. And I was like, what made you think that, I'm good with makeup? I was like, and he was like, no, I think that, you are very creative, first thing. And I feel you should, the way you were very happy to see your cousin so happy, and the makeup, you love the makeup also. So I think this is a perfect career for you. And
Okay.
then I did a short course, and I used to assist my makeup artist at the same time, and I used to work. And on Saturdays, Sundays, whenever I used to have leave, I used to go and assist her. And Monday to Friday, again in corporate. Then Saturday, Sunday, I used to assist her. That's how it went for few years. And
Wow.
then I had some health issue. I had back pain, and then my husband told me that enough is enough. Now you get into makeup full time. So
Okay.
let's see how it goes. So that's when I started my own business. Like, I started my own.
So, when you were assisting in the makeup, what were the kind of jobs that you did to begin with? How does it start? What does the course teach you?
Course, it was a very short term course. It was like 15 days course, wherein they'll teach you only basic, and then you don't learn at that time. When you start practicing, and at that time you learn, like, this is a face, like, this is a structure, this is a face, like, the skin is dry, the skin is oily, and this kind of foundation will go with this you learn with hands-on practice. This nobody will teach you.
Okay.
Nowadays academy, I feel nowadays I am not too sure, but when I learned in 2010 or 11, people never used to teach all that. They used to just, like, basic, they used to just teach us the basic thing.
Okay.
Like, this is how you put eyeliner, this is what is
Yep.
eyeshadow, this is what is blush, this is how you have to contour. That's about it. And on all the face shapes, we used to just give one contour, one highlighter. And nowadays, with the practice, you understand, like, if you have a square shape, this is how you have to do contouring, this is how you have to apply blush. If you have oval shape, this is how you have to enhance the features. So all that you learn when you start working on different kind of faces.
So I've heard this thing that in the West, apparently most of the makeup earlier used to be for white skin, and then the
Yes.
brown skin and black and the complexion of the face makes a big difference to the kind of foundation and all the others. So in India, what is the state of makeup right now? You have local companies which give you makeup which is good for the skin here, or do you still have to import some of these? What happens?
No, nowadays I guess there are many international brands. People, we have it in India. International brands. Most of the international brands we have it in India. So you don't
Okay.
have to specially import it from abroad. You don't have to
Okay.
do all that. And I feel the shades, what you were saying, like, the warmer shades, the darker skin tone shades, most of the international brands, they don't make it. So, but then, yes, so that is still there. So, but then I feel like, more other brands, they are making it, and then you can mix and match foundation. You can, at the end of the day, you get the output.
Okay. So in India, there is this obsession with being fair, right? Or people like to
Yes,
be fairer.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I will share a story with you now.
yeah, tell me.
So, on my initial days,
Huh,
people used to, like, my clients, they used to call me up. They used to,
right.
the first thing they will ask is, can you make me fair? And then I used to ask for the pictures. I used to be like, send me your picture. They are already fair. They are
Wow.
already fair, but then they, on their wedding day, they want to look even more fairer. For what? I don't know. They have that obsession. They have
Right.
that obsession, and till date, people still they call me and they will ask for, like, can you make me fairer?
Wow.
And at
That's the
least
first
now,
question.
yes, but at least now I have reached to that level wherein I can say no. I don't do this. I will make you look beautiful, prettier. I will enhance your features. I will not make you look some other person.
Okay.
You will look yourself. I want you to be like that. I don't understand, like, if I look like 2 3 shades lighter, and after 5 10 years, if I go through my wedding album and if I see that, I'm looking like a clown there, and then the entire blame will be on the makeup artist. Like, and people, the client will never say that I have requested for the same. They will say that, she has done this and I didn't
Yeah.
have an option. So this has happened
That-
with me. So my initial stage, of course, you want to work, right? You want to work.
yeah.
So you cannot say no. So I have done that.
Right.
I feel guilty till date, but then I have done it. But
Okay.
now I don't anymore.
Well, that's such an insight, Swati, because when people look back on their albums, is when they have got over that insecurity of the past. And then they're
Yes.
looking at it, and when people say, "But why did you put on so much of makeup?" And then, like you said, they will blame the person who did the makeup rather than admit that they were insecure.
They
They
will
didn't
never.
want that to happen. Yeah,
Yes.
it's always a. So maybe you should deploy that. That you'll thank me 5 years from now, and you look back on your wedding album. You should
So
look
the
just
same
as
client,
beautiful as you are today. Yeah.
I know the same
Okay.
client's cousin
Yeah.
was, she called me up. It was her wedding now. So she
Ah.
called me, and this time she was requesting me not to make her look fairer. And I was like, just imagine that. I was like, who requested at that time? And she was like, I know I did that, but now when I go through my pictures, I'm not liking it. I was like, I warned you. I told you
Right.
that this is not like,
Right.
this
Right.
is the first thing what I advise them, that if you see your pictures after 10, 20 years, if you show these pictures to your daughter, if you, to your children and to your grandchildren, you will be embarrassed to see yourself. They will
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
you must have done plastic surgery at that time and now you have become like this.
Okay. But this is something very deep rooted, right? I mean, somehow
Yes,
people seem to believe that fairer skin is somehow much better because it.
yes,
I remember even in the old Hindi films, you could see very clearly the face was a certain color and the neck was a different color.
yes,
In
yes,
some of
yes.
these films where it, especially from the 60s, when you see those songs, and maybe makeup at that point was really not at the stage that it is today.
But then we are getting a lot of trends from there, like in I guess in 70s 60s, Shamila Tagore, I
Yeah.
still watch her movies. So she's the
Right.
first person to start with the wing eyeliner,
Okay.
and it's a trend, like
Okay.
and
Okay.
Rani Mukherjee, she started with smoky eyeshadow. So it's been a trend since then. So I feel like, of course, the base in the sense, the foundation, the skincare, everything has changed.
Okay.
uh, we don't do that cakey makeup anymore. We don't put lots and lots of layer anymore, because nowadays
Okay.
the product what we get, they are already, they have 100% coverage, or like the what you say, the ingredients what they have, foundation, or you say the blusher, or any makeup product, it's much much better than what we
Okay.
used to get earlier. So I
Okay.
guess you get the same kind of coverage, but then apply little quantity and you'll get the same result. But then if you
Okay.
say the creative part, of course, that has not changed at all. I guess the wing liner, the smoky eyeshadow, the ombre lips, and the contouring part, that will never go off.
So why don't you give us a little more detail about each one of these things? What is the? I remember now when you mentioned it, the wing eyeliner is something that goes much higher at the
Yes,
back.
yes, like this, yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
So we have to,
So how would something like that have come up, Swati? What do you think happened? As a makeup person, how do you think they came up with that idea? Did they want to accentuate that particular thing? What happened?
absolutely, absolutely. See, if you have being a makeup artist, you should know, like if you have this kind of eye socket, like if your eyelids are very small, if you don't have eyelids, okay, what sort of eyeliner will suit you? If you have a bigger eyelid, like Kareena Kapoor, she has a bigger eyelid, what sort of eyeshadow or eyeliner will suit her. Like you can do whatever you want to. But then when you have hooded eyes, like very little space in your eyelid, then there are very tricky things what you need to do to make your eyes look bigger. So that all you learn when you do a professional course, or else like when you start with hands-on practice, at that time you learn with all the mistakes, with experiments and all that, you learn, like this is making my eyes look bigger. So I have done all that, like mistakes, I've learned from my mistakes, you can say. So
Okay.
basically, like if I have hooded eyes, and if I want a wing liner that will touch this much, my eye will look very ugly. My eyes will not even show up. So it's like
Okay.
that. So nowadays,
Okay.
when people like they have false expectations, the clients, they will show me a picture of a celebrity, and they want me to create the same look on her. Are you getting my
Which is not
point? Like,
possible. It's not the same features at
yes,
all. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. She doesn't have that feature. She doesn't look like that. Her skincare, celebrity skincare, and look at the skin. They go through a lot of diets. They don't consume sugar, salt, and nothing. So their skin will obviously look glowy, and like they will not have any acne, or they will not even have dark circles for that matter. But then if you're showing me the same picture and I want to look like that, false expectations. And if I try to tell them that, I'll try to make you look like that, but why you want to look like her? Why don't you like yourself? Like, you
Right.
should say that I want to look like me, but then a better version. Like, maybe you can enhance my feature a bit, maybe you can put a little color, or like, just make me look little more confident, or little more beautiful. But
Okay.
no, they want to look like a celebrity. I
So
seriously.
these are the three most important areas, which is the eyes, the nose, and the lips. You were talking of wing eyeliner. What happens to the nose? What are the kind of things you do with the nose?
Nose, we do a contouring, a sharp contouring here.
Okay.
Like if your nose is like little wide like mine, so I
I
have
didn't,
done
I didn't
contouring.
notice
So
that
you
at all.
cannot see. Yeah, so I have done contouring here to make it
Okay.
look more sharper and more
Okay.
edgy. So
Okay.
that happens. Like, contouring will, like, it's like a shade, right? So here, if I do contouring, this will subside, and if I do highlighting, this will enhance my feature.
So
So
please explain the difference between contouring and
I'm
highlighting.
highlighting.
I'm I'm a total I don't understand this at all, so I'll ask the most stupid questions.
So I'll do your makeup once. I'll do a 1 day workshop with you, and I'll teach you the entire basic. Like, this is foundation, this is highlighting, this is
Okay.
contouring.
Okay. So
So
basically
it's a
contouring
pattern.
you're okay. You're playing up certain areas and playing down certain areas.
Absolutely. So
Okay. Okay.
contouring will, like, will make your features look more sharp and edgy. So if I
Okay.
have double chin here, okay, so I will
Okay.
do contouring here just to, like, it'll give you a false impression that this is gone, this is not there, because it's a shadow, right? So
Okay.
now I have darkened this area. And
Okay.
if I put highlighter here, that will enhance my double chin.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so
Okay.
that's what, like, when the light hits your face, so wherever it hits you, that part should be highlighted. So, like this
Okay.
part, if you see this part of yours is glowing, see,
Right.
that is natural highlighting. So, this
And what
part,
is the term you used? Ombre lips, is it? What is the
yes, ombre
yeah, so
lip.
what is that?
So, uh, ombre lips is what, the dark color should be on the outer area, and the lighter shade should be in the inner area.
Okay.
So, ombre is actually a shade, like, from dark to light.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
a shade.
So it is used when is an ombre lip makeup
That's
used? It's when the lips are of different or simply to highlight certain
No, we
aspects of the face.
mostly use it when, like, when people, when the client, she doesn't, they don't have, like, lips in the sense they have very thin
Very
upper
thin
lips.
lips. Okay.
Yeah, very
Okay.
thin lips. So at that time,
Okay.
to enhance and to show that she has lips, so we do that.
Okay. Okay.
The outer corner, we make it look darker so that she gets that shape, and then we put the lighter shade inside so that it gives you an illusion that, like, she has a fuller lips.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how far does the makeup extend, Swati? In terms of if you're looking for an occasion, then there would be people who want exposed parts, which is the arms and all of
Yes,
those
yes,
in the same
we do
color as
that.
well, right? Okay.
Yes, we have to do that because, like, if they are wearing lenga choli, so the exposed part will look some other shade. Because if you see, our face is exposed. So
Right.
if you see, our neck color is different from our face.
Right.
And same with our body. So
Right.
what we do is we try to match your face with your neck. So this is
Okay.
what we have done already. But what about the body? Whatever is, like, exposed.
Right.
So we have to match that also with your face.
Which means that people wearing sleeveless or a lot of skin at the back means that much more makeup because there's more space to
Yes,
be.
yes, yes. So
Okay.
we put
Okay.
highlighter, we put, nowadays you get a lot of, like, products, airbrush product, which you can put on your hand, on your body. So you don't
Okay.
have to actually blend, or, like, put brush and use a lot of products. Nowadays
Okay.
things have simplified a lot.
Okay. Which is the hardest part of makeup, Swati?
Getting your
What are
wing
the
liner match.
okay.
That
I can
is
imagine.
a task. That is a task. But
Okay.
being a professional, we can do it. But then when I teach my students, like it's a task for them.
Yeah, because it may look simple after it's done, especially if it's well
Absolutely.
done. And I think you were very right when you said Sharmila Tagore. The moment you said wing eyelashes, I said yes, because I remember those songs in which the
Yes.
eyeliner is the camera is so close to her face. That comes in a very sharp
She
focus.
started with, she's the OG wingliner guru. So we all, yes, we all follow that trend till date. Like in
Okay,
editorial shoots and all, we try to play with eyes and all. So we do that. Wingliner comes up till here.
wow.
So editorial
So give me
shoots.
what have your assignments largely been about, Swati? What do you do? Editorial stuff? Do you do occasions? Do you do celebrities? What kind of work do you do?
I do everything. See, you are a
Okay,
makeup artist, you know how to do everything. You know the
right,
basic, you know everything. Simple.
right,
But if you want to get into editorial shoots and all, you need to be creative.
right.
So their basic makeup knowledge will not suffice. So at that time, you need to think out of the box. You need to be extremely creative. Like now, I love doing editorial and I love doing shoots. I never still like doing bridal because bridal
Okay,
is very monotonous, wherein people will ask you, please make me look fair, and I want this, I want that, I want this. But they will,
okay,
there is no creativity of yours. So I
okay.
used to love doing editorial. That's why I joined this shoot industry, a film industry, in short.
Right.
So in editorial, they will give you a concept. This is your concept, and rest is up to you. You decide, you play with the model, you do whatever you do. And same with the photographer also, they will get the leeway, like do whatever you want to do. So that
Okay.
excites us. We have been given a freedom that now it's you decide. We want this
Okay.
concept, and you are the karta dharta of it now. So that
Give me
I
a
used to
couple
love.
of give me a couple of examples where you felt that you were thinking of an idea, and then something came up, and then you were able to execute. And what is the difference? What are the things that happen?
Uh, I will tell you one incident about a shoot wherein it was a Pride month, right?
Right,
And then we were given a concept that Pride, okay, Pride is a
right.
concept. Now you do makeup, and I love this month because Pride is something which is very colorful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we thought that we'll do something with glitter. Okay.
Okay,
Then we started with glitter. Then I just happened to think that why not use it as an eyeshadow also.
okay,
So we
okay.
did here with glitter, and then eyeshadow also I use a rainbow color. And it was looking fab. It was looking so beautiful. And my model was also so happy. So that's when you start doing it, you start thinking we can do this also, let me try this also, let me try that, and the outcome. But then yeah, you can fail at the same time if you don't have enough experience, if you are not sure how this will look. I would always suggest that practice in your book or iPad, wherever you want to. First practice and then implement, because models, they don't have enough time. And also the entire crew, they have been booked for a day, right? And they have this time constraint also. So we have to finish the shoot in this particular time, so you have to finish your work. So with the
Yeah,
experience, now
yeah.
I'm that much confident that this would have looked good. That's why I did it. And the outcome was also brilliant.
So before iPads existed, so give me an example of how you would try out something on your iPad, or what are the kind of things that you would do to try and figure
And
out
now
if a look
this,
works.
so nowadays you have different apps. So you just download one of the apps and then you start drawing the way tattoo artists they do it.
Yeah.
They always have a rough sketch ready with them.
Okay.
So the same way we do it. So when I used to do, I never had iPad uh, this.
Right.
So I used to
Right.
always do it on my notebook and then color it and then imagine how this will look on her, because that depends on the face features as well. If her face shape is round and if I try to do something different which will suit the oval shape person, it might turn up disaster.
Hmm. Right.
So
Right.
that's also, that will come after experience, after you have done a lot of editorial shoot, a lot of experiments. You have to try and test it out. So that's how it is.
And is there a trend where celebrities tend to want to work with one makeup person because they believe that that person does, brings out their best features,
Yes,
ensures that
absolutely.
things are
Absolutely.
okay.
I used to work with one celebrity. I worked with her for about 2 years. And I left her during COVID
Okay.
because, yeah, after that it was quite risky. And so I had to
Right.
quit. But before that, like, she used to love my makeup and she was hooked with me. So if you are satisfied with one makeup artist, why to experiment with others? I feel this is what they think. And that's when I used to do her makeup throughout. But then at that time, you being a makeup artist, you are stuck because you don't have time to take any other assignments.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So
Which means that this one person has to sort of, it's like betting on one person's future and career prospects and everything else as part of
I
whatever
was
you do.
fortunate enough that the person with whom I worked with, she was very humble, very sweet, and she used to give me complete freedom. Do whatever you want to do, Swati.
Right.
And she was a sweetheart. Till date, she messages me that, are you free? I have this shoot, come and do my makeup. So I really love her and adore her. And through her, I got several other celebrity assignments. So
Okay.
that's how our industry works. That you need
So
to be fortunate, yeah, enough
this
to
is
crack.
really word of mouth industry. Yeah.
This is how it
You have to
works.
help one person succeed, or some person has
Right.
to deeply believe in you in order to get across to someone else.
Absolutely, it's a make or break situation. If that celebrity doesn't like your makeup, then of course your career can go for a toss. Because of
Right.
course, if you're approaching any other makeup artist and she happened to be her friend, and then if she says that I've tried her out and she's not good enough, then she will not even ask you to come for trial.
Right.
Even that can happen. So
Okay.
luckily I have I didn't have to go through all that.
These are the things that I think people who are looking for a career in makeup should understand, that it
Absolutely.
is not your skill alone. It is your ability to connect with the person who you're doing the makeup for, understanding their strong
Requirements.
points and
Yes,
flaws,
yes, yes, yes.
understanding what their skin is like. And these are long shoots, right? Or they last the
Yes.
whole day. And every few
Absolutely.
minutes, I remember even during advertising shoots, we had to go in, even if it was just, you would take only 5, 6 shots a day, but the makeup person has to, because the skin sweats, it's hot, the
Yes,
lights
you,
are very hot.
you have
So,
to, you
you have to
have
come
to.
back and then ensure that the same,
Yes,
and you're
yes,
constantly there
yes.
because
So that's why,
you can't have, yeah,
so that is the reason why celebrity prefers to hire one makeup artist throughout. Like, they know their face. And even the same with makeup artists. So now, if I am comfortable with this particular celebrity, I know what are her features, what is her, so I can finish her makeup in 10 minutes. I have
wow.
done that also. Like in Mumbai traffic. So I'll give you this incident. So in Mumbai, uh,
Huh.
you have a lot of traffic, right? Unpredictable traffic. So this happened with me. There was a road blockage, and that celebrity with whom I was working, she had to go and attend an event, and I had to reach to her place at 3 o'clock. And I told her that I'll be there. And I left from my place at around 1 o'clock. Okay. So it takes around 1 hour to reach her place. And due to that traffic, I reached her place at around 5 o'clock.
Wow.
And I was in that
4 hours.
traffic. Yes, I was in
Wow.
that traffic. One
Okay.
hour journey, it took me 4 hours to reach. So that also happens. But then,
Okay.
luckily, she managed something on her own. And it was not that, it was not a big event. It was just a
Okay.
small, what do you say, interview kind of a thing where she had to go.
It's quite unusual, right? That what is a schedule like for you, Swati? In the sense that what does a day look like, or on a day when, let's say, there's a phase when not too much is happening, what do you do on those off days, and what happens to a super busy day?
See, I'll tell you, off days, if you are working with a celebrity, there are very rare chances wherein you'll have an off. Okay.
Okay.
Just imagine you will not have a fixed off for sure. You will not have any life of your own. So I'll share one incident with you. So I was working with this another celebrity, and she happened to call me from my place till where she was, her event was happening. The journey was for about, the travel period for it was about 2 3 hours, okay, from my place to her event place. So after reaching there, after completing her makeup, she just told me that thank you so much, I just wanted to go down for a smoke, that's why I called you. Can you imagine, like, I had to travel 3 hours just just because she wanted to go for a smoke break. And she cannot go down without makeup. And it took me 6 hours. Then again, come back for 3 hours traveling period. So 6 hours. So
Yeah,
I'll tell
that's
you
amazing.
all the
No, but
hilarious
yeah.
incidents that'll keep happening. And
But
I was traveling with my husband. I took that week off. Okay. And I told that person that I'll be taking my personal leave for a week, this, that, family vacation I want to go for. And I kept my assistant because I saw her calendar schedule wherein she didn't have any major event. Okay. So I was like, okay, then this week I am free to go. So I kept my assistant that, you can do her makeup. And my assistant is shit scared of her. She's very scared of her. Okay. And just because when I am around, she's confident that she'll do her makeup and all that. So I was like, no, you can do it. I told her. And then I went for a holiday. After 2 3 days, that person is calling me up, the celebrity is calling me up that, where are you, how can you go, this and that. And she started busting, and I was like, I kept my assistant with you. Well, then, no, she's scared, she's crying, she's not able to do her makeup, she's not able to do hair and this. And I was like, okay, chill, let me have a word with her. Then I spoke to my assistant that, what happened? Why you are so nervous? So she's like, no, I did everything. And then she's not happy with one hair strand, what is coming out. And then then she's yelling on top of her voice. And I am scared now. I'm not able to settle that. So just
okay.
imagine, I had to book my flight ticket the next day and I had to fly back.
Oh
So
God. Oh
that
God.
happens. So you
This
don't
is
have your personal life. You
Yeah.
don't have.
That's the really, that's the gratifying and the frustrating part of your life, Swati. That
Right.
you're so needed. The fact that you're needed is gratifying, but it's
Yes.
also frustrating that the person can't seem to exist without you, which
Right.
is not something that people outside. I mean, can you? I sometimes wonder they're so worried about the paparazzi or somebody catching them at one unguarded moment when they
Yes.
don't have their makeup on,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and they think that that one uh, thing shot can really make a difference. It can show them in a different light and
Yes.
create all kinds of issues
Yes.
for them.
I
I'm
agree.
always, how is it that stars so easily know which their best angles are, and how do they ensure that they're always shot?
See, the thing is, what the photographers. See, I'll tell you this. Even for makeup artists who are like the upcoming makeup artist, also one advice I would definitely give them is they need to ace their photography skills.
Okay.
So they need to be pro at it. So I have seen a lot of makeup artists whose work is not even up to the mark, but they are brilliant with their photography skills. So
Okay.
when you go through their profile, you will hire them. So the models, coming to your point now, the models, how do they know which is the best angle for them? See, when I'm struggling, okay, so all the models, they have to go through this phase wherein they have to make their portfolio. So like left angle, right angle, front angle. So all are the shots. So this shot, that shot, mid shot. So we call it as shots. So the after that, the photographer will only tell you, like this picture is much better than your mid and your right profile. So that's how you get to know that your left angle or the right angle is better than your other profiles. And then you also know that you compare your profiles straight and this and that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you get to know that this is the best picture what I've got till date. And this is my
Right.
angle, this is my profile.
Right.
So that happens.
No, this is fascinating because these are the very, very small details which people outside the industry are not aware of at all. But people
Right,
inside the industry
right,
know it
right.
so well because
They
I've
only
gone
see
through these
the
phases.
they only see the glam part of it. Yes, they all the upcoming makeup artists, my students, everybody, they want to get into the industry. Okay, they don't, and once they get into the industry, they tell me, "Why didn't you warn me that I'll be stuck here?" Because what we see, like in serials and
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
you have to be there for 16, 18 minimum, 16, 18 hours. You have to be there. You have to be
Yeah.
on your toes, running around. You
Yeah.
have to do every person's touch up. If
Yeah.
the other makeup artist is not there, you have to do the touch up. You have to do the hair. You have to do everything. So all this you will not come to know unless and until you go through it.
Right.
So be ready
100%, Swati.
for that.
Yeah, which is what exactly what you mentioned. So you get a set of model photographs and you decide or you shortlist based on that.
Yes,
In the early days, in the 80s and 90s, maybe you didn't have the video test, but then until then, so you just got a portfolio of photographs. Now, of course,
yes,
things have improved a lot since then.
yes,
But when
yes.
you actually saw the person walking in before their makeup is done, you wonder, is this the person?
I have I have experienced this. I was like, where are the eyebrows gone? why why her eyes are so small? So that used to happen with me in my initial days. Like whenever the models used to come, they
Okay.
look so beautiful on cameras, and I used to be like, I am doing her makeup. I tell my parents, and they are so proud of it. Like, I'm going. to meet Akshay Kumar. I'm going to do his makeup. Or I'm going to do Karina's makeup and all that. My parents are very happy ones. I meet them like, this is gone and that is gone. And I'll be like, they seem to be a complete different person when they are in front of you without makeup.
Yeah, yeah. That I think is also the duality of these two worlds. Because
Yes, yes,
people don't want to see the non-makeup kind of thing. They want to see the person and they want to believe that that is the truth, even if they
yes,
are told otherwise. So
yes,
some of these Instagram things, very carefully, they will make it look as if there is no makeup, though obviously there will be. But the
yes,
no makeup look has also become one of these things where people say it's not accentuated. There is no kind of
yes.
all of those coming.
It's the
So
trend now.
you,
It's
yeah.
a trend
So you
now that
mentioned,
minimum makeup and all.
right, right. So after these years in the field, Swati, what has been your most satisfying and the most I think you explained in wonderful detail. The satisfying part is what, and the frustrating part about having to spend so many hours and then wait for
Yes,
people, and then things are
yes,
always at the last minute, and there is always going to be some crisis which erupts at a
yes.
point when you least expect it, all of that. So how have you seen the industry change in the time that you have been working?
See, nowadays I feel people are very camera friendly.
Right,
Initial days, they used to be scared. They didn't know, like, which angle is good for them, like, where to look at, and they used to be nervous at the same time. So, a lot of other things, like, and that could show up on your face. Okay.
right.
But nowadays, if I see all the TikTokers and all,
Huh.
they are doing so well. They are not at all like, they look so confident. And
Yeah,
that has changed. I feel they have become more camera friendly and
right,
they have become more confident. They can
right.
even like, if you see, there are so many TikTokers, like, I would not name them, but there are so many TikTokers. They feel that they are a Bollywood star. That kind of confidence they carry on the shoulder. So I really hats off to them. So I feel that has only changed. Nothing else. In a makeup perspective, of course, a lot of things have changed. Nowadays, people prefer minimum makeup, and earlier it used to be like layers on layers on layers, and that has changed a lot. Nowadays people want to look themselves, they want to be like, of course they really take care of their skin, they take care of their
Yeah,
skin,
yeah.
diet, everything.
So, what about your own makeup routine, Swati? How do you ensure that you take care of your skin and your looks and your health?
When you are in this profession, you don't think about yourself, honestly. Because you don't have time. You don't even have time to drink water. I'll tell you honestly. So when I'm at the home, of course, I go and work out because this entire field will affect your health for sure. If you are not working out, if you're not taking care of your health, somewhere or the other, your health will give up. So I was very lenient with my health. I never took care of it. And I started doing makeup and makeup. I used to take all the assignments. I used to be here in the first half and to the other end on the second half. I used to be like on my toes. And after a while, I got slip disc. And yes, so that happens. So now I would advise people to really take care of their health.
Okay. That is, again, you're in a high pressure environment. It's not as if
Yes,
uh, there is no, and it is a competitive field. So
yes,
everyone's looking for an opening. Everyone's looking for a point when they can get in and make the most of that chance. Which, so I think essentially, if I was to sum up what you were saying, don't come in for the glamour. Expect that life will be hard. Expect
yes,
not too much of control over your life, because essentially
No.
you're working on a schedule where you don't have control,
Right. Right.
and learn as much as you can as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely. You
because
got my
if
point.
you are it's not enough to just know, you have to practice, you have to ensure that you are up to the job. And in fact, current trends, so sometimes they could today, the other thing about the internet is that you know what's happening halfway across the world, simply because the moment you see a new look, people will say, I want that look.
On that look. Yes.
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 So you have to
I
figure out how to make it.
No, that
How to
we
make
can
it.
do. But the problem
Yeah.
is whether that will suit her or
Ah,
no, that they don't want to accept it. They
yeah.
will just
Yeah.
tell you that false expectation, what I told you before, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
has become so recently the reverse smoky eyeliner was the trend. Okay,
Okay.
you have to make the eyeliner thick this side, the lower
Okay.
lash.
Okay.
So everybody was asking me that let's do that, but then will you be able to carry it? It requires a
Right.
lot of confidence. But then when I
Right.
do it on the client, they'll be like, "नहीं ये कुछ ज़्यादा हो गया. This has become a little too much. Can you just wipe this part?" I was like, then what's the use of me doing the reverse eyeliner, right? So that also happens a lot of time.
Okay. Fabulous, Swati. It's been such a pleasure talking to you, because
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
and right from the time you're a person who decided that a certain regular desk job and analyst is not what you want to be. You want to get into makeup. You figured out your way. You work through the challenges. So, in closing, is there anything that you would wish to tell people who are coming into the business?
Just give your best, be ready for hard work, because and then forget yourself. Take care of your health. Take care of your health. That is number one.
Okay.
People forget that,
Fabulous.
once they get into the makeup business, they want to be the best, and then they forget about their own health. So I would
Yeah.
anytime suggest and recommend them, just be first healthy. If you have good health, you'll be able to achieve anything in your life.
Right. Swati, thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure talking to you, and here's wishing you the very
Thank,
best in your career. And I'm so
thank you.
glad you're doing what you're doing, because you obviously enjoy what you're doing, which is great.
Yes, I love
Thank you.
it. Passionate about it. Thank you so much, Venu. It was nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Swati does makeup for celebrity. She knows what is involved in the business. She's built a career out of it. And while I didn't ask her about her salaries, this is a job in which you can demand what you want if you achieve the kind of levels that you're looking at. Thank you for listening. Welcome back to the next program, where we'll be hitting our 100th episode. Do watch out for that, and we'll hope to see you then. Thank you very much for watching.